With Elvis Presley's That's All Right Mama, we take you back to Memphis, Tennessee and the Sun Recording Studios run by Sam Phillips there, and some of the earliest rockabilly recordings that we have. Most of the big hits Elvis had, he had recording for RCA, a lot of times in Nashville, sometimes in Hollywood, recording tunes that weren't done in the Sam Phillips studio, but that first batch of recordings are usually thought of as, by rock historians, as the ones that are sort of the richest and the most interesting in a lot of kinds of ways. The song itself, That's All Right Mama, had originally been a hit for Arthur Cradup. Elvis knew that version of it, and so he did it as in a kind of countrified version, which is interesting. The B-side of that first single, That's All Right Mama, is Blue Moon of Kentucky, which was a bluegrass, a traditional sort of bluegrass tune, or well, a Bill Monroe bluegrass tune, which he did in a more kind of R&B kind of form. So when you think of how Elvis was able to take rhythm and blues and country and western and sort of merge them and put a kind of a pop approach to it, to bring those three styles together to become such an important figure in rock music in 1956, 57, of course, into the end of the 50s and the early 1960s, you can really see the rhythm and blues and country elements being sort of pushed together in almost kind of opposite kinds of ways. That's All Right Mama is a rhythm and blues song that gets kind of a country treatment. The tune itself is simple verse, which means there's no real chorus of the tune. There's just verse after verse. Starts with an introduction, then you get an 18-bar verse followed by a second verse, then there's an instrumental verse with a guitar solo. I think kind of Chet Atkins influenced Scotty Moore, the guitarist, a very big fan of Chet Atkins. And later when Elvis moved to RCA, Chet Atkins was part of those sessions when he recorded in Nashville, so Scotty and Chet got to know each other a little bit. And then it comes back with two verses. You'll notice that you hear acoustic guitar, electric guitar, acoustic bass, and lead vocals. It seems like there might be drums back there, but there's not. That percussive sound you hear is Bill Black, the bass player, sort of slapping away on the bass. So it's almost like somebody hitting a snare drum the way he slaps on it, creating all of the rhythm from Elvis's strummed acoustic guitar in Bill Black's slap bass. Of course, they did add DJ Fontana a little bit later on this recording. There is actually drums, but on this one, not so much. It was just the three of them in the studio there, creating this this classic, rockabilly classic for Elvis. Also, notice the echo that's on Elvis's voice. This is, by recording engineers, considered to be the real sort of signature part of the Sun Studio sound that Sam Phillips was able to get, that particular kind of echo. RCA, when Elvis moved to RCA, they tried to recreate that sound if they could, but there was something about the particular way that Sam did it, the equipment that he had to make that happen. Back in the days before digital, when you couldn't just buy a box that would automatically do this, you had to find a way to do it, and he was doing it through a kind of a tape delay. So it was a proprietary sound, a proprietary effect, and it really defines these Elvis Presley Sun Records recordings. And so there you have it. That's All Right Mama, Elvis Presley, 1954.